And now, an officer on the wrong side of the law.
He jumped on my back and punched me in my face.
Accused of excessive force.
His knee on John's head when John was already looking like a dead man.
Now, the victim speaking out.
He was put to protect and serve the people, not to destroy people's life.
About the tough takedown.
That officer arrested after being caught on video repeatedly striking a man and kneeling on his head.
7's Maricela Burgos spoke to the victim.
That wasn't called for.
John Monroe can barely move. He lays on the pavement with blood dripping down his face. This is a closer picture of the bruises and his broken nose, injuries he suffered in November 2019.
He was put to protect and serve the people, not to destroy people's life.
He's referring to West Palm Beach officer Nicholas Salvatore Lordi.
Been a police officer for 6 years.
Who this week was charged with aggravated battery, accused of using excessive force against Monroe.
He jumped on my back and punched me in my face and knocked me to the ground and brutalized me. That we didn't call it for.
Officers were initially called out to the Food Plus grocery store in West Palm Beach after a complaint the 62-year-old was trespassing and wouldn't leave. On surveillance video, you see what happens next between him and Officer Lordi, who repeatedly punches Monroe. Authorities say he then presses his knee against his head even after he had been handcuffed.
I'm very angry that after he did everything he did, he went on his phone and then put his knee on John's head when John was already looking like a dead man. That is what I'd like to ask him. Why did he do it?
According to the West Palm Beach Police Department, they conducted an internal investigation back in 2019. They had once more evidence surfaced. That's when they got the FDLE involved in 2021. And now one of those officers has been charged.
But I think the most important thing right now is to make sure that we see it through as a community to conviction.
The FOP released a statement reacting to Officer Lordi's arrest, writing in part, the actions he took in 2019 were fully justified. Officer Lordi feared for the life and safety of himself, his partner, and the public as a violent felon was trying to take an officer's weapon.
There is an issue with violent police officers like Officer Lordi, but the systemic issue goes back to a system that continues to support and ratify the behavior.
And while Monroe's wounds may be healing slowly, his scars are deep.
He has not even watched it since. Very difficult for him to even talk about it.
Maricela Burgos, 7 News.
Well, that officer is now charged with aggravated battery, a second-degree felony.